Arjun navigated the bustling city streets on his battered scooter. The hum of engines, the blaring of horns, and the constant rush of people were the soundtrack to his daily grind. Each morning, he would weave through the maze of traffic, his mind focused on the next delivery, the next address, the next deadline. He was a delivery man. His job was to ensure that packages reached their destinations on time, no matter the weather, no matter the obstacles. Rain or shine, Arjun was out there, a small but vital cog in the city's vast machinery. His life was a blur of addresses and deadlines. From dawn till dusk, he was on the move, his days blending into one another in a relentless cycle. The city never slept, and neither did Arjun, it seemed. Each delivery was a race against time, a test of endurance and patience. But within him lived a secret yearning. Beneath the surface of his routine existence there was a dream that refused to be silenced. A dream that whispered to him in the quiet moments when the city's noise faded into the background. A love for music burned bright. It was a passion that had been with him since childhood, a flame that had never dimmed despite the pressures of daily life. His guitar was his most treasured possession, a source of comfort and inspiration. Each night after the city slept, Arjun picked up his guitar. In the stillness of his small apartment, he would lose himself in the music, his fingers dancing over the strings, creating melodies that spoke of his deepest desires and dreams. Its worn strings spoke of countless hours spent dreaming. Each note was a testament to his dedication, a reminder of the countless nights he had spent honing his craft, pouring his heart and soul into his music. The music was his sanctuary. In those moments, he was free from the constraints of his daily life, free to express himself in ways that words could never capture. The melodies he created were a reflection of his innermost thoughts and feelings. It was his escape from the ordinary. Through his music, Arjun could transcend the mundane, the routine and the expectations placed upon him. It was a world where he could be truly himself, where his spirit could soar. Arjun dared not share his passion. The fear of judgment, of not being understood, kept him silent. He worried that his dreams would be dismissed as impractical, that his love for music would be seen as a foolish indulgence. His family had practical dreams for him. They envisioned a stable job, a good marriage, and a secure future. These were the measures of success in their eyes, and they had worked hard to instill these values in him. A stable job, a good marriage, these were the measures of success. They believed that a secure and predictable life was the key to happiness, and they wanted nothing more than to see Arjun settled and content. Music, they said, was for dreamers. It was a hobby, not a career. They couldn't understand how deeply it resonated with him, how it was an integral part of who he was. And Arjun, afraid to disappoint, kept his dreams locked away. He hid his passion, playing his guitar only when he was sure no one could hear. The fear of letting his family down weighed heavily on him, yet every note he played whispered of a different future. A future where he could follow his heart, where his music could be more than just a secret passion. A future where his heart sang through his music. A future where he could be true to himself, where his dreams could take flight and his melodies could touch the hearts of others. One day, while walking down a familiar city street, a crumpled poster caught Arjun's eye. It was partially hidden behind layers of old advertisements and graffiti, but something about it drew him in. As he smoothed out the creases, he realized it was an announcement for a local music competition. The vibrant colors and bold letters seemed to leap off the paper. The city's best musician, the words pulsed with an energy that resonated deep within him. It was as if the poster was speaking directly to his soul, awakening something dormant. A long-forgotten desire stirred within him. Memories of late-night jam sessions and dreams of performing on stage flooded back, filling him with a mix of nostalgia and longing. The thought of performing sent shivers down his spine. It was a dream he had buried under the weight of daily responsibilities and the grind of his routine life. Fear whispered doubts. "You're not good enough," it hissed. "You haven't played in years. What makes you think you can compete?" "You're just a delivery man," the voice continued, reminding him of his current reality. The weight of his uniform felt heavier than ever, but another voice, fainter yet persistent, urged him on. It was the voice of his younger self, the dreamer who believed in endless possibilities. It spoke of dreams long buried, and the courage to unearth them. It reminded him of the joy he felt when he first picked up a guitar, the thrill of creating music. The competition became a beacon, a distant light in Arjun's ordinary world. It was a glimmer of hope, a chance to break free from the monotony. It was a chance, however slim, to embrace his passion, to prove to himself that he was more than his job, more than the labels society had placed on him. That night, his guitar seemed to hum with a life of its own, urging him to take a chance. As he strummed the strings, he felt a spark ignite within him, a spark that promised to light up the darkness. The path ahead was daunting. Arjun's guitar, his faithful companion, was old and damaged. He could barely afford new strings, let alone a proper repair. Time was another luxury he couldn't afford. His days were consumed by work, leaving only stolen moments for practice. His family's skepticism was another hurdle. They scoffed at his aspirations, urging him to focus on realistic goals. Their words, though well-intentioned, stung like salt on a wound. Doubt began to creep in. Arjun felt the weight of his circumstances, heavy and suffocating. Was he foolish to even dream? One late night, while making a delivery, Arjun stumbled upon an old man playing a battered violin in a quiet street corner. The street was eerily silent, with only the soft hum of distant traffic and the occasional rustle of leaves breaking the stillness. The old man, illuminated by a single flickering street lamp, seemed almost ethereal, his music weaving a tapestry of emotions that hung in the cool night air. The melody, though melancholic, held a strange allure. Arjun was captivated. He felt an inexplicable connection to the music, as if it was speaking directly to his soul, echoing his own struggles and dreams. The notes seemed to tell a story of resilience, of hope amidst despair. He shared his story with the old musician. Arjun spoke of his passion for music, his dreams of becoming a renowned guitarist, and the many obstacles he had faced along the way. He talked about the nights he spent practicing until his fingers bled, the gigs that paid little to nothing, and the moments of doubt that threatened to silence his song forever. The man listened patiently, his eyes twinkling in the dim light. There was a wisdom in his gaze, a deep understanding that came from years of living a life dedicated to music. He nodded occasionally, encouraging Arjun to continue, his presence a comforting balm to the young man's weary soul. When Arjun was finished, the old man smiled and said, "Music is not about money or fame, young man." His voice was gentle but firm, carrying the weight of experience. It's about sharing your soul, it's about connecting with others, touching their hearts, and making them feel something profound. It's about sharing your soul, he repeated, his eyes shining with conviction. Never let anyone silence your song. Your music is a gift, and it has the power to change lives, including your own. Never let anyone silence your song, he emphasized, his words resonating deeply with Arjun. The young man felt a renewed sense of purpose, a rekindling of the fire that had driven him to pursue his dreams in the first place. The old man offered to help fix Arjun's guitar. He examined it with a practiced eye, his fingers deftly moving over the strings and frets, identifying the issues that needed to be addressed. He taught him new techniques, sharing the wisdom of a life dedicated to music. Arjun watched in awe as the old man played, his fingers dancing effortlessly over the strings, producing melodies that were both intricate and deeply moving. The old man's kindness was a lifeline, reminding Arjun of the power of his dream. He felt a surge of hope, a belief that he could overcome the challenges he faced and achieve his goals. He was not alone in his journey. With the old man's words echoing in his mind and the newfound techniques in his repertoire, Arjun walked away from that quiet street corner with a renewed sense of determination and a heart full of gratitude. The kindness of a stranger had reignited his passion and set him back on the path to his dreams. Section 5. Finding his voice. Fueled by newfound hope, Arjun practiced with a fervor he never knew he possessed. He poured his heart and soul into his music, his fingers dancing over the strings. The old man's words echoed in his ears, pushing him to dig deeper to find his unique voice. He drew inspiration from the city around him, the chaotic beauty of the streets, the laughter of children playing, the resilience of its people. His music became a reflection of his life, raw and honest. As his confidence grew, so did his determination. He knew he had something special to share, something that came from the depths of his being. Section 6. The night of the melody. The night of the competition arrived, a culmination of weeks of tireless effort and unwavering belief. Arjun stood backstage, his heart pounding in his chest. The familiar fear threatened to consume him, but this time it was different. He closed his eyes and remembered the old man's words, the sacrifices he had made, the journey that had brought him to this moment. He wasn't just a delivery man anymore. He was a musician, ready to share his soul with the world. His name was announced and he stepped onto the stage. The spotlight blinded him momentarily, but then he saw the expectant faces in the crowd. He took a deep breath and began to play. Section 7, A New Dawn. Time seemed to stand still as Arjun poured his heart into his music. His fingers moved effortlessly over the strings, his voice clear and strong. He sang of hope and resilience, of dreams chased and battles fought. His music resonated with the audience. They were captivated by his raw talent and the emotion he poured into every note. It was as if they were witnessing a part of his soul unfold before their eyes. When the last note faded, a hush fell over the crowd, followed by an eruption of applause. Arjun had bared his soul and in turn had touched theirs. Section 8, Echoes of Applause. The judges were equally impressed. They praised his originality, his passion, and his ability to connect with the audience. But for Arjun, the greatest reward was the look of awe and pride on the faces of his family. He didn't win the competition, but he was awarded something far more significant, the audience favorite. It was a testament to the power of his music, a validation of his journey. That night, as Arjun walked home, the city lights seemed to twinkle in celebration. He had taken a chance, faced his fears, and emerged stronger, his heart filled with the echoes of applause. Section 9, The Alchemist Within. Arjun's life had changed. He was still a delivery man, but he was also a musician, his talent recognized and celebrated. He continued to hone his craft, playing at local cafes and events, his music touching the hearts of many. His story became a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of courage and perseverance. It was a reminder that greatness can be found in the most unexpected of places, and that even the smallest of steps can lead to extraordinary destinations. Arjun's journey was a testament to the alchemist within each of us, the power to transform our dreams into reality, one note, one step, one act of courage at a time.